What is going on, everybody? Got a game of Demolition for you today here on WMD. They probably should have named this map Noisy Ass Train Yard instead of Weapons of Mass Destruction, because I think there's like, what, a couple of missiles in this building right here down in the basement as a ambulance is going by. But you know what? I'm not going to redo this commentary. No, I'm not. I'm going to keep right on going. But they really should have renamed this train yard or something else, because the train is the big factor on this map. I don't know. But anyway, I start out with the commando, and we got this guy up here on the scaffolding up really high, and I switch to the G11. Now, I put up my classes video, and I talked about the G11, and, you know, this is just my opinion. And people seem to get into arguments in the comments sections about whether who's right, who's wrong. You know, the thing about opinions, everybody has one. Yeah, you know the saying. But there's really no wrong answer when it's an opinion, because that's just how a person feels about something. It's not the definitive answer. It is just how they feel about a particular subject. And in my classes video, I mentioned that I feel that this weapon right here, the G11, is the most overpowered weapon in this game. And you saw I hit that guy. Now, a lot of it has to do with your aim. Now, I am not the most accurate player. Therefore, I'm not the most precise with the G11. But I feel if you're an accurate shot, you can hit your target the first time. Absolutely, the G11 destroys, especially on a good strong connection. You can see these guys, when I hit them, they drop the first set of bullets that hit them. Now, I do pull the trigger multiple times. I spray it, but that's just because I'm not that accurate. I'm not as accurate as you guys. You got to remember, I think a lot of times people forget that I'm an older guy. Therefore, I don't see quite as good as some of you younger pups. And sometimes I struggle a bit with my aim. And that is why I tend to use automatic weapons much more than burst fire weapons. And because I'm able to strafe, I compensate for my lack of accuracy by using weapons that I can be mobile with and strafe, and get more bullets on my targets that way. So, but you saw that guy, he dropped like a sack of potatoes right there, when he got hit by that G11 fire. So that is why I feel like the G11 is overpowered. Now, the AK-74U is absolutely the best SMG, okay? It is, I guess if you want to talk just about SMGs only, it could be considered overpowered compared to the other SMGs. I think they really just need to raise the damage a little bit on the other SMGs to kind of get them in line with the AK-74U. But as far as overall weapons in the game, my vote, it's G11. It's just, I feel like this weapon is a lot like the Call of Duty 4 M16. That is why I picked it, And opinions vary, and that's fine. If you guys want to disagree with me, that's totally cool. I'm fine with that. Let's try not to have too many flame wars in the comments below. But I think the AK-74U gets called overpowered quite often because it's actually an overused weapon. You unlock it at a much earlier level than all the other really good weapons, and people tend to jump on it and use it quite early. And it is without a doubt a really good submachine gun, and it's my favorite submachine gun. But I just feel like when it comes to game-altering power, the G11 gets my vote. And I think Treyarch kind of anticipated that, so they kind of pre-nerfed it right out of the box, and that they did not allow you to have all the attachments on it like you do the other assault rifles. I mean, could you imagine a G11 with a red dot sight or a silencer? Oh my God, it would be amazing. You used it with Warlord and a red dot sight and silencer. Oh God, you could just sit back and pick people off from anywhere on the map. And the hip fire on this thing is really amazingly good. So it's not too bad up close and personal, but mid to long range is where I feel the G11 really shines, and that's really how it's supposed to be. Your assault rifles are supposed to be better at long range, and not that good up close, whereas your submachine guns are supposed to be amazingly good up close and harder to use at long range. But this game is over. Going to end up going 32 kills, 4 deaths, as my friend Kyle here shanks this guy right in the face while he was trying to pull some kind of 360 no-scope on him right at the end of the game. Alright, I will see you guys again really soon with another video. You guys have a fantastic day.